Well, good afternoon. How are you all? I am going to say good evening to you guys here in the UK that are still watching. I know what you're all like when we come to do an HSN preview, you guys here in the UK and elsewhere. You always pop on and have a wee look to see what you've got coming up over the coming weeks and months as well. I hope you're well. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. Hope you're nice and chilled and relaxed, whatever you have been up to. We did have the HSN preview live just the other day there with Joe and Sarah. Lots and lots of people saying, Craig, you weren't on at this time. I know, maybe you didn't see. I tried to explain a couple of times during Crafters TV just to say, the products that I was going to be launching, just the way everything is in the world, is just taking that little bit longer. So I didn't have new products to be on the preview with. So therefore I wasn't going to be on HSN this week. And then I found some stock of Hunky Dory. So I will be on HSN this Tuesday during Craft Day in the, try to think where it is. So it's here in the UK, it's going to be 5 p.m. and also 10 p.m. hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12 noon Eastern time, I believe that is, for 5 p.m. slot. So anyway, so that's when I'm going to be on. However, I see so loads and loads of comments coming through as well. Thank you so much. I am all ready. I think I've got my notes. I want to make sure I've got some key information, right information when it comes to this InstantDesk as well. Not only have I got my notes, I've got some key measurements as well. I've even brought in, look at that, measuring tape. So if we do have any additional questions as well, then what you can then do is just let me know. See, tell me what it is you need to know, and I will then of course do what I can with the measurement wise. So what I am going to do is I have rejigged my camera slightly because to try and give you the best possible view that I could. So I've got 4. So I've got one that I'm looking right in front of me, and then I have got one kind of up above. I've got one to my left and one to my right. So I think what we're going to do is I do have my juice and my phone holder to the side. So I think what we're going to do is I am going to just scuttle myself to the side, and then that just means, forgive me, you are going to see my iPad that I'm doing all of this on, but you won't see anything that you don't need to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to move to the side. So here we go. So this is how I've initially got mine set up. So this is how I've got mine. You have, as you've seen on the HSN preview, all the different ways that you can have it going. So we've got all these additional trays that you'll also be able to get your hands on as well if you want to go for them too. We've got the pegboard on the back, that's going to be an optional one as well if you want to go with. We've got lots of different holders. As I say, we do have additional cameras, different views that I'm going to show you. But I wanted to set it up the way I wanted mine to be. So what I've done is, you'll see here where my hand is, I've put my classic pens into place here. Then this is where I've got my aqua pens with my sparkle pens. And then I thought what I wanted to do is I've chose to put my ink pads all along in front of me. Then it just means that they're there in front of me. I've got all the ones that I need as well. Then over onto your right hand side, I've got my metallic as well as my alcohol and waterproof. And then we've got a bit of kitchen roll as well. Just, you know, whenever we make a mess, that we've got that one there to help clean us up. So if you're just joining in, I am going to be going over, let's just come back into view slightly for now. I am going to go over the measurements. I've got all the main measurements written down here. And I've got my measuring tape as well. Any additional ones that you want to know. However, hopefully, what I'll give you will give you a good kind of insight as to the actual measurements, main measurements. So what I'm going to do is let's move my bits to the side here. So I'm going to try and get central. So what I'm also going to do is let's go from another angle that you're going to be able to see. So this is, this is the other angle. So what you'll have remembered is I had a desk So basically it was a table from IKEA. It was the same one that I've got here. So I've chosen to keep my table at the side there because what I've done is I've just put my Stampin' Platforms guillotine there at the side, but they're out the way. My main working area now is our InstantDesk. So I've got my ink pads right in front of me. Then what you'll see is I didn't get all of these trays. If you are, maybe you didn't see Sarah on the HSN preview or didn't catch her, what we're done was this one here, I was lucky enough to win on an in-house raffle, and I was very lucky to get the desk as well as the back pegboards. I got a couple of these trays, but what I've done is I've borrowed a couple of other ones from the office just so you can see how you can have yours laid out. So what I've done with my one here is I've got my stick and sprays, stick aways, even my sparkle sprays. I've got them situated into here. Then our small little trays. So you could be getting these again. These are all going to be kind of like optional ones that you can get hold of if you want. I've popped my little blending pads into place here and they just click on. Now I know Sarah showed you when it comes to the preview, and also you're going to see it more when it comes to the actual HSN craft day, but they just hook on into place. I've got another one underneath that I have my Prism sprays from Hunky Dory, and then I've got another one to the left of me. It's got my little Xyron machines. But then onto here, what I've done is I have popped kind of like the little holder. Could be the paper pad holder that I think it was intended to. What I've done is I've put my Gemini Junior plates as well as my MIDI plates as well as my mini folder. They sit in nicely as well. Keep in mind they all hook in to the pegboard onto the back one. So you can choose, you've got hundreds and hundreds of little holes that you can choose where you want to peg in all your accessories. Then what we've got as well is I've got hooks that you can hook into the pegboard. I've got my scissors, so I've got a variety of different scissors here just to the side of me that you'll be able to see. While I go to this side, let's change views and let's go this way. So hopefully this will be a bit better as well for you to see. So you will see I've got my scissors onto the right hand side here. Just for me, and this is the great thing, is you've got the desk, that's what you're going to be getting. The main thing is, two main things is, it is then catered to you. You can have it, you can lay it out whichever way that you want. You decide what extras you want. Maybe you want more of a specific tray than you do maybe the containers, etc, etc. That's optional to you, and this is where it really gets kind of bespoke to your needs. But the other good thing as well, mines will not be moving. Mines will not be moving. I love the way I've got it set up, and that is that. However, we do have the drawers, which we'll show you just in a moment, but it does fold in half. This whole workstation folds in half. It is perfect because there's nice little clips, holds it into place. It's really, really substantial, really top, really incredible quality as well. So it is very sturdy enough to hold your Junior, to hold your Pro, the turntable. The whole idea of it is kind of like three separate workstations. Kind of for me, we've got our main workstation that'll sit in the middle because we've got plenty of leg room into the middle. Then on another side you could do things like your die cutting if you've got your rotating disc with your Pro or your Daddy Gemini Junior, etc, etc. Or what you can do onto the left hand side is then you can have things like your messy crafting. So it's going to work well with your self-healing mats, into your craft mats, things like that as well when it comes to being situated. So it's all nicely thought out as well. Pegboards, it's not one big pegboard, they come in two, and then what you can do is clip them together, always securely clipped. The clips are simply incredible in the fact of the way that they're made, how sturdy that they are. So I think let's go straight ahead for now. So I know what I'm waiting to do is I can see the comments and that coming through, quite a lot of questions coming through as well. So what I want to do, let's do kind of like the main measurements as such, because I know that's what so many of you been wanting to know. I've done them all in inches as well, so that then, you know, that is, you guys statesides are inches as well as a lot of us is. You do have a lot, obviously, as I say, a lot of different optionals. You know, we've got the whiteboard that you can write on, etc, etc as well. Pop it wherever you want, bespoke to you. Still got to go over the drawers and the side pegboard and that as well. However, what we can do. So the main desk, so let's go back to this way. So the main desk from the length, so left to right, right to left, whatever way that you want, it's 66 inches. So I'm hoping that you can hear me clearly enough. It sounds like and looks like that you can. So what we've got is, so left to right, it is 66 inches. Now the width from front to back, so it's the back of the desk itself, is 31.5 inches. So front to back is 31.5 inches. Then the height, now just the height from the floor to the desk itself is 28.5 inches. So 28.5 inches from the floor up to just the desk station. If you want to take into account the pegboard, so from the floor up to the top of the pegboard is 52 inches. So that's going to be really good, substantial, your nice work area as well. When it comes to the actual pegboard, so the pegboard from left all the way to the right is 66 inches, because obviously it's the same length as your desk. And then the height of it, from the base of your craft desk up to the top, is 23.5 inches. Now, if you are wanting to know them each, then it's half of that. So it's 33 inches by 23.5 inches. So that's what each panel is. But the whole, the length as well as the height of the pegboard is 66 inches in length and 23.5 inches in height. Now the side pegboards. So I've got, you can get two, so they go on the left and the right. I've got mine on the left, I'll show you in a minute. I've not used my right hand side yet because I have my bin and all that to the side, so I thought I'm not going to pop that there. But the side pegboards are, they're square. They're 27 inches by 27 inches, which fit perfectly onto the side of your InstantDesk as well. So they're situated just nicely. So that is the main measurement. So what I'll do again is, I can see more questions popping up in that as well. So I'm going to go through them and have a read with them. Now I've kind of showed you on the camera. So what I'll just do is I'll do face to face, do the measurements again. So just the desk itself, just the working desk, the InstantDesk, from left to right, the length of it is 66 inches. The width is 31.5 inches. And then the height from the floor just to the desk is 28.5 inches. If you want to know the height from the floor up to the top of the pegboard, obviously the pegboard being at the back if you choose to go for that one, is 52 inches. And then the actual pegboards itself on the back, which is obviously behind where you are, the length is obviously the length of the desk, 66 inches. And the height, which is the from the desk to the top of the pegboard, is 23.5 inches. And as I say, the side pegboards, if you choose to go for them ones, is 27.5 inches by 27.5 inches. So hopefully that all helps. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it onto my Facebook later on as well. So once we've done this live, I'll pop it onto Facebook. Probably I'll do it on Instagram as well, just so that you know. So right, let's have a look and see what everyone is saying. Many are already saying, what's the measurements? Perfect. So I've covered that one. Maxine, I'm keeping very well. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you are well. Linny, hi Craig, this is a great way to finish the weekend. Excellent. Thank you so much. Nice to spend the weekend here with you at the end of the Sunday. Mary Beth is saying, the desk would be great when I work remote from my mum's. Absolutely. Now, just to reiterate kind of what I said at the start, if maybe you didn't join at the start, let's go front on again. Actually, no, let's go to the side. So I have personally chosen to put my pens and ink pads all the way along the back. The thing is, you know, it is yours. The way that it's been made, the way that it's designed is the fact is you can choose how you want to have it. The desk itself does fold in flat, and it really does fold flat. So you've got that perfect security underneath. The clips are underneath. The clips that hold the pegboards. There's two clips that hold two slots. The pegboards goes in. Another two that goes onto the other side because the pegboards are two. And then down the centre, there's this ingenious little metal. It's a clip. but it's a curved clip. It looks like a C, and you twist it in and it just holds it all together. It is absolutely incredible quality the way that it's been built. So that is how I've chosen to have my layout. But again, the thing is, the great thing with this is the fact of it's then catered to your needs. So if you want to go for additional things, likes of our trays, so I'm going to bring these ones in here. So this is where you could be holding things like your stick and spray, stick away, you know, any of your pearl diamond sprays, stick and sprays. They then, let's go back up that way. So here is just one side of your pegboard, and they literally do just clip into place here. Then this is where I've got my blending pads, I've got my prism mists from my Hunky Dory, then I've got a bit of space here. But you might want to choose to go for more of them ones, and then you can layer them up if you want, have them side by side. This is where you don't, just to say as well, you know, you don't get the light. I've just popped the light on as a better way to kind of light up the space, because it was a little bit too dark. So I've popped the light there. But with your little, not so much your hooks, your, it's like your paper pad holders, basically. You could slot your paper pads in. I've chosen to put my Gemini plates in, my Gemini Junior plates. I will show you the side just in a moment. But let's go back and have a look at these questions. Where we were. Carol is saying, Carol got, hi Craig, could you give the inside measurements for the legs, please? I have a huge radiator that I'm thinking I could. Hi Craig, could you give the inside measurement for the desk legs? I have a huge radiator that I'm thinking by putting this by. Rightio, so let's see. So I can, front mirrors the back, so I can measure the front. So this is now what we're doing for Carol is we are now measuring, or we, royal we, me, we are, so let's say Carol, it's 61 inches in length, and that's from the inside of the legs, so that's 61 inches, and well, the width is going to be exactly the same. So 61 inches when it comes to inside the edge. So what we've got is obviously we've got the legs, but we've also got a lip of the table. So the table goes a bit beyond the legs. So obviously the length of the desk is 66 inches, but then just on the inside, from inside leg to leg, 61, as I say. We've now got, how high is the back metal pegboard? Well, that's great. I managed to cover that one for you. So the back of the pegboard from the, just basically the height of the pegboard is 23.5 inches, because that's it being slotted in to your desk. And the open cup is making me nervous as you wave your arm about. Pamela, hi Craig, I was lucky to win the marble top desk from Sarah Live the other day. I can hardly wait. Brilliant. Make sure, Pamela, that once you get yours, once you've got it set up, do send us pictures. Email into whatever show that it is, or of course on social media as well. It'll be so good to see that. We've got Gwen saying, love the idea that it's movable. It really, really is. I'm kicking myself now that I didn't take a picture before I set it up. However, what I'll do is when I go into the office tomorrow, I believe we've still got one that is, it's opened, but it's folded down. So what I'll do is I'll take a picture for you to see, because you would not think that this desk, the desk alone, folds out into what this is. As I say, I'm not going to be dismantling mine. Mine's is going to be staying here. It's not going anywhere. But you've got that freedom to be able to do that. You can move it about if you want to. It really is so good. Candace saying, are the pegboard boards metal? Sounds like it. It absolutely is. So I've got, tell you what I'll do, because I'm just getting that excited that just going over lots of things really quickly. So let's slow down a bit. So Candy, so yes, the pegboards are metal. what I'm going to do is I've jotted down some key information in that as well about materials and that, you know, how substantial the quality in that is. So we'll go through some of these questions first, and then I'll go through my kind of notes that I've got. And I also want to show you my side pegboard, just the way that I've got it kind of situated. Then we've got Bernadette, it's because I was reading your first name and your surname together. Bernadette Lagore is saying, holy cow, Craig, that's amazing. It is amazing, isn't it? I was beyond chuffed to actually win that. I really, really was. Gwen, can you just have one of the pegboards on the tabletop? Absolutely, you can do. Because what you do is you clip one side in and you clip the other side in, and then the centre part of the two clipboards, they clip into each other. So if you only maybe want to have one side of the clip of the pegboards in, you can do. Absolutely, you can. Jen, can you use them separately since I don't have 66-inch space? Is this the pegboard that you're meaning? You might just want to go for the craft desk. You might just want to go for the craft desk if you want. If you just wanted to go for the pegboards, the back ones, only thing I would say with that is there's two metal feet that stick out at the bottom of each one. I think if you were maybe wanting pegboards separately, I would look at the side pegboards, because they won't have any metal feet that stick out the bottom, because it's the way that the side ones are done. You've got a really strong metal disc, or a few of them at the bottom, that holds it all into place. So I would, when it comes on HSN, I would have a look at the sideboards. If you were just wanting the pegs, the pegboard on its own, I would look at the side ones rather than the back ones. But you can make that judgment yourself. Michelle, what is the height of the table? Excellent, we already covered that one. I will go back over the measurements once again towards the end. Gwen saying, it probably isn't. Are legs adjustable? I'm short. No. So the legs aren't adjustable. The way that Leanne and product development team had gone out, they'd gone out and they'd, what's the word? I don't want to say investigate. It wasn't investigated, but you know, they went out and they looked and they questioned and they spoke to people, and they've got the perfect measurements for, you know, it's going to cover whether you're quite tall, whether you're quite small, really good spatial size in the middle, you know, for you to sit. Because what I would say, the middle is where you're going to be doing kind of like your key working. I'm going to show you as well how I've got my Gemini set up. So the feet aren't adjustable. Pam saying, do you feel the pegboard can be attached to like an island? An island, I'm not sure about on that one, because again, what these have been done, these have been made and they've been designed so that the actual legs, two legs in each pegboard, slot into the back of the desk. So you need to take into account for that. So keeping in mind, everything that is kind of like an extra, if you're wanting to go for it, has been specifically designed, made, manufactured for this InstantDesk. So it's not as if they've just sourced, you know, maybe kind of like another clip or another tray or anything like that. It's been specifically designed and made and manufactured for our InstantDesk. June saying, Craig, you are the best. Thank you very much, June. Carol, how sturdy and strong is the desk, please? Very strong and sturdy. By the time you take into account the desk, clipping the desk in the centre underneath, adding the pegboards, making it really sturdy and robust. But it's been tested for, of course, the Junior. It's been tested for the large Gemini, but it's been tested for the Gemini Pro with the rotating disc as well. So you know that it's going to be unbelievably substantial when it comes to the weight that it's going to bear. We've got Denise saying, how many inches is your workspace from your ink pads? How many inches is your workspace from you and the ink pads to the ink and pads to the end of the day? Not entirely sure. I think what maybe you're asking is what is the measurements from where I'm sitting up to where my ink pads are. So let's have a look. So let's see. So from my ink pads to here is 27.5 inches, so I've still got really good space. You know, I've got my glass cutting mat here, and so if we put that, let me put, I'm going to put my finger there as a guide. So I can easily get 2 of our glass cutting mats up on top of each other to fit into space. As you can see, I do, look, I thought I tidied up and cleaned up, clearly I didn't. So there we go, so that's your measurements for that one. We've got Kathy, size of drawers. I'll be going over the drawers just in a moment. Christina, do the pegboards come with the desk? So you've got your desk, you're going to go for the desk, and then you've got your optional extras that you can go for, like your pegboards and your baskets and your stands, your little buckets, all these sorts of things as well. Christina, do the pegboards come with the desk? I reread that one. Rosanna, do the back pegboards come as a set of 2? Or do you have to buy 2? Good question on that one. Now, that is one that I'm not entirely sure. I don't have that down on my notes. If let's see, do I have these? Do I have that pegboard? So I'm going to say that it comes as a pack of 2 because they slot into each other. They slot into the desk and then they slot into each other. So I'm going to say, I'm quite confidently in saying it's going to be the 2 of them. Do the pegboards go to the floor or just under the desk or just above? So just basically from the width or the thickness of the desk, which is about an inch or so. So I don't know if you can hear this. That's incredible, incredible quality. I'm going to go over the quality again in a minute. So the pegboards go just below the actual level of the desk by the time they actually hook in. Pinky Jones, how much weight will the table take? Now, I believe I don't have an exact weight, but what I do have is the fact that it is, right, where's my notes here? So my notes, right, so with the desktops that have been made from a solid wood, and by that you're going to get the strength, you're going to get the durability, and you're going to get the long life within them. So what it does is it at least takes the weight of your Gemini Pro, including the actual rotating board. You've got all your different baskets and trays and buckets and that you're going to have into place as well. Maybe you're going to have another die cut machine on the other side. Keeping in mind as well is the way that it's been made and designed. You've got that fold within the middle there, and it just doesn't just fold over or fold out. What you do is there's an actual clip as well. So as you open up the desk and you pull out the legs, what will happen is that you pull out the legs, you straighten the bars that are underneath, and then you screw them in as well. So that's going to make it really, really sturdy and substantial. Same with the centre pattern of the desk, is once you've opened it up, there's another screw as well where you're just going to tighten that. That's going to make it really substantial. And we've then got, so how much will the tables check? So that's fine. So I think that's pretty much most of your questions for the time being. You do still think of any, then do just let me know. But that was the measurement. So let's have a look at the side. So this is where, and I'm going to give anyone warning, it gets a bit seasickness. I'm going to have to move my iPad. And what I will do as well, as I'll show you, I'm not using my phone for this live, using my iPad so I can see your comments better. I am going to turn this camera around, just so I've just noticed as well, I keep chatting and we're that way. Anyway, right. So let's go. Ooh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn this one around. So where am I? Camera that way. So here, what I've done, let's see. Oh, so someone's gone. Where we gone? I'm still here. Here we go. So we've got right. Me. There we go. Don't know what I'd done a moment ago. So here, this is a mobile phone holder from a stand for doing your Facebook lives, etc, etc. So I've been able to just screw mine in. So I was able to screw mine in. So now what I can do is I can actually pop my phone into place here. So it's going to be nice, it's going to be sturdy. So don't even just think of all these kind of like pegboards that you've got here. You might want to use things like your mobile phone holders, anything like that. So let's go this, so I tell you what, let's show you the side pegboards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the inside, because I've even used the inside at the middle. So I've got one of my scoreboards and I've got my paper trimmer as well. My paper trimmer, that's the V blade. So that is on the inside. But then if we go around this way, so what we've got, didn't mean to cover that. So what I've done here is on this one, you know me by now, you know I'm always using my Gemini Junior. So that's why I've put my Gemini Junior plates in front of me. I've popped my large Gemini plates onto the side pegboard. Then what I've done is I've put my heat tool, I've put my craft iron, I've done my hot glue gun just to the side. I've even got my jumbo roll of foam that I use occasionally as well. I've popped that to the side here. And keeping in mind, you know, you're going to get a side one for the other side as well. But you could then be, you know, you might want to have them closer together. So you might want to move them all closer together. And then you've got extra space that you can be popping things. You might want to put another one, another two, another three, or maybe you want to put one of the little bucket bins into place, maybe the little trays if you want. You might want to do that one. But then what you can do is once you've done one side, you could put one onto the other side as well. I've chosen not to do that with my second one simply because, as you can see there, I've got like my bin and all that underneath. So I've not wanted to put my other one. But let's, I tell you what, let's even. So here's the drawer. So we'll show you the drawers in a moment. And then right in the centre, so if I move there, so where my finger is, just here, that is a really, it's a really thick metal clip. And I say thick, and I don't want you to think you're not going to be able to turn it, because you absolutely will do. But that's what's going to make it really substantial in holding in. Just look at how that's all been made. But if I bring this one back a bit, so this is where what I've chosen to do is pop my trays underneath. I've got all my craft boxes, I've got my my ribbons, I put my Gildan flakes, my adhesives all into the back underneath. So there's a lot of storage space underneath there. That's all my key Crafter's Companion, Centura Pearl. I've got Adorable Scoreable in there. So I've got all that stored underneath. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the drawer. So even when it comes to the mechanism with the drawer, and they just slide in so nicely, so nicely. Now these are easily to hold 9 12 by 12 either paper pads or textured paper pads. But what I've chosen to do with mine is have all my key things that I use and have to hand a lot. So of course I've got my foam pads. I've put, now this little box container, this is just something that I bought out of, you know, one of the pound stores. So I put an additional one in, but you can see still space at the back. So I put my glitters, my foam pads, all my embellishments. Then I've got my tape, double-sided tapes. I've got my tape runners, my, you know, some wipes and that. I've got that into that one there. And then into the other one, what I've chosen to put is all my gems and pearls. So the ones that I'm using quite a lot, my gems and pearls, I've popped into this tray. I've got my Gildan waxes to the other side as well. Also is going to easily, and it's been tried and tested to hold 9 full 12 by 12 paper pads. So we can see that's them at the side as well. Great big aperture for your hand to go in as well. Nice and smooth as well. Also to say is, if we then come back this way, this, your drawer, once it's in, it will not come out unless you've got this little black mechanism in here. So you can really rest assured that this isn't going to come out. You're not going to pull it too far and it's going to fall. You can take it out, but what you need to do is release this black mechanism. So you know that you can get it out if you want to, but it is going to stay in place there. So what I've also chosen to do, so this is the way that I've done it. Apologies for sticking my hand in the way. Putting my main center part as my workstation, so that's where I sit. Now the idea is thinking of breaking it up into 3. So your main working area, you can maybe do like a bit of inking on this side that's going to hold your craft mat. Maybe you want to do a bit of die cutting that's going to be onto that side. This is where, for instance, your large Pro disc, rotating disc, is going to sit nicely here. Or you might want to have it on the left hand side. You know, it's entirely up to yourself, and that is the key thing, and that's what I cannot stress enough to you, is the fact is you can change it into the needs for you. But what I've done is I've got my main working area here, and because I always have my Gemini Junior, so what I've done is I've chosen to put my Gemini Junior to the right hand side of me, and I have my plates up to the top here. Usually, just to say as well, I did have this further along a little bit. It's only further over so that my iPad could sit in there tonight. But we've got my Gemini Junior to my right hand side. And then what I've chosen to do is have my MIDI and my Mini to the left hand side. So either one, I can then just quickly either grab my MIDI or go to my Gemini Pro. But I've still got, if we then, let's take, I'm going to use my measuring tool just to say as well, when it comes to the pegboards for the back, you do get 2 of them. They come as a set of 2. So what I'm going to do now is if I then switch to that one for now, just for now, and then what I'm going to do is, in case you want to know the distance between the Junior, if you've got the Junior and your MIDI, so if you are going to do what I'm doing, I've still got 50 inches in between to work with space wise, and I've still got that space around the back, so we've still got all of that. So what I'm going to do is let's go back this way, and then we will get it the other way around. So let's go that way, and then there we go. Here we are. That worked. Let's see a few more questions. So what we can do is, Michelle, how far do the drawers pull out? Okay, let's see which view would be better. I think maybe that one. So what we're going to do is, so if I move that way, so they come out by 9.5 inches. So that's 9.5 inches that the drawers pull out. Craig, did you say the measurements from the bottom of the drawer to the floor? I would need to know that to see if my drawers will clear my radiator. Thank you. Right, yo. Okie doke. So now what I'm going to do is I'll give you the measurements from the floor to the base of the drawer. So from the floor to the base of the drawer. So what I would say, so it's just over 21.5 inches. So to play safe, let's say 21.5 inches, just to be safe for yourself, but it's just over that. Not quite 22 inches, and it's not quite 21.5. But to play safe for yourself, we'll say it's 21.5 inches. Gwen, okay, I want that desk, can't wait. I heard about this being one of the lines coming along, and I thought, oh, sounds interesting, that's good. But then you know how I had my setup, so I never initially jumped to the thought of, oh, I'm definitely going to get it. And then I seen it, and it was in, this specific one was in Sarah's office for quite a wee while for people to see and look at and see how it's going to be. And I thought, oh, I really do quite like that one. Would I need it straight away? And then I was lucky enough. What happens is, sometimes when there's things like this, you know, it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be a Gemini or whatever. If there's kind of like one going spare, maybe Hillary, who does product testing, doesn't need a specific product anymore. What will happen is we get the opportunity to win it by just popping our names in. And that's what happened with this one. And I was very lucky enough to win this one. And I can honestly say, and I'm going to be saying this to all of my friends and that are either into their makeup, into their DIY, into their sewing, whatever way, then this is just phenomenal. You've seen the way that I've got it set up. I am beyond excited. I am over the moon that, as I say, the way that I've got it set up, I've got everything that I need to hand. I've got my classics, I've got my aquas, all my ink pads in front of me. I've got my trays. I tell you what, let's also, because I never quite showed you these ones. So let's go, apologies for the right close up. So this is where I've chosen to have my scissors on the hooks, but you could then maybe have them into one of these little cylinder discs. Now just to say, that is a Crafter's Companion paper cup. You won't get that, you will just get the metal disc, but I've just popped mine all were in that cup, so I've just popped the cup straight in. But even when it comes to the base nut, the base, so although this is kind of like a mesh, although still metal, the base is solid, so you're not going to have your pokey tools poking out or anything like that. It's still a solid base. So that's that one. There is also, now there's also a square one that I don't have, but there is the option to get a square one as well if you wanted to. Those are the little holders that you could put your paper pads, but I've chosen to put my Gemini Junior and also my folders in. You'll have seen at the side how what I also done onto the side of my desk is I've put my large Gemini plates in one of the other ones. So that means that I've got everything there good to hand. So I don't have stuff slotted down the side of my desk here anymore. I don't have anything that's building up, sitting on top of each other. I've got it hooked into place. I can then come along, I can then quickly bring this one in, and now I've got my blending pads here to place. So they're there. I can then just go straight back, and then I can just hook them back. I can come along, bring in any of my other ones, unhook them, use them, move them about, change them about. Real ease. But the main thing is, the fact is, it's an InstantDesk, it's movable. So simply by, if you just go for the desk itself, within minutes, it's going to, not even minutes, it's going to be up. And I don't know, 10 minutes. If you were to get the desk and the pegboards, 10, 15 minutes, just by slotting them in. They simply slot in. You'll have some tightening to do when it comes to the screw parts, but they're a backed wing screw. So you've got your main screw, and then the actual component that screws, it's like a butterfly wing. So even, maybe you don't have real bad issues for your hands, but the way that they sit, they've been ergonomically done as well, so they're going to sit nicely within your thumb as well as your fingers. Still, you could use not a screwdriver, a what do you call it, pliers if you wanted to, so that you could turn them as well. So many different ways that they've been looked at when it comes to the way that it's been done. Maxine, does it wobble when you stamp? It does not from when you're stamping. If you're sitting here and I really wobble it, then of course it's going to wobble. It's going to sway. It's not going to wobble. What will happen is it will sway within the way that you've got. But to actually be here working, doing your die cutting, put it this way, I've used the MIDI and it doesn't wobble when you're using your MIDI or even your Mini. So no, you're absolutely fine when it comes to doing anything like stamping and that. Don't worry whatsoever. Deborah, Craig, you're so sweet to taking the time to do it. No, it's my pleasure. Do you know, the thing is, as I say, I was very lucky lucky enough to win one of these. So I just think it's only fair that to let you guys know the actual measurements. I'm in the position that I can do this live for all of you and give you the main measurements, and then you shout, you know, oh, I want to know what the measurement is from the floor to the bottom of the drawer, or maybe from the length of the desk but inside the legs that we've covered there. So this is why I wanted to do them as well, because like you as well, I've got a small radiator at the back of my desk. I never have a radiator on in my craft room because it gets too warm, so I never have it on anyway, so that's not been an issue for me. But it lets you know that, you know, even although that I've got a radiator, mine still fits in as well. You've got that hollow backing underneath, so that the way that the legs are spread out, you've got that real incredible connection from when it comes to the side. That bit I can't show you because of the way that the legs are situated, but it's so good. We've got Susan Rushton. What's the measurements for the space between the peg holes? Let's have a look. So you're looking basically an inch in space all the way along. Beverly, I missed the dimension of the drawers. Right, so we didn't actually do the measurements of the drawers, so let's do them. They will make, and well, they will hold up to 9 12 by 12 paper pads. So let's go this way. So the length is 16 inches by 12 by 12.5 inches, so 16 by 12.5. So then you know that they're going to fit your 12 by 12 perfectly, but you've still got enough give. You've still got enough room to get your hand in to take the paper pads out as well. And we've got, FYI, my 8-year-old has hijacked. Right here, I've got that one. Deborah, Craig, do you have the Pro? If so, where is it stored? I don't have the Pro. I don't have the Pro, but I keep doing that. Apologies, I keep forgetting to switch. Don't have the Pro, but kind of like the idea or the initial concept is that your Pro could be on the disc on the right hand side, but you might want to have it on the left hand side. I know the one in the office, it is on the right hand side, but this is where the space of it would work into this area here. You've got your working space here. You can maybe then be doing your inking on this side. Maybe you want to do something else on that side. That's entirely up to yourself, but you've got that option and that freedom. Terry Lee saying, sorry, I missed this. Will there eventually be pegboard mounted ink pad and pen storage? That I don't know anything about upcoming things. You never know what would happen. Keep these ideas coming, because I know Leanne in product development love to hear all these. What is the measurement for the space between the peg hole? That was Susan that we covered. Julie, did you tell us how much room between the drawers? Can't remember if I did or not, but let's let you. I don't think I did I? So from in between drawer to drawer is 23.5 inches. So 23.5 inches into the middle. So let's go that way. So we've got in here. So even for me, and I know I'm quite diddy, but even for me, I've got plenty of leg room. I can easy enough get my desk. This chair actually goes lower down, so if I went lower down, I could get in, no problem at all. So it's, you can see it. You can see the space. You see I've got my classics, my sparkle, all 3 sets of ink pads. I've got my alcohol, my waterproof, I've got my metallics, all of these. And then even then, I've still got room for kitchen roll at this side. Or I might want that one there. So within that one there, what I've got in my little canister, this is my things that I use on a daily basis all the time. I've got my bone folder, I've got my die release tool, I've got my glue gel, I've got my pokey tool, my water brush, my spritz tool, craft knife. So I could have that to the side. So have that to the side as I'm doing it. And then what we've got is that just nicely situated here. Then what I can do is simply hook it in, and that's it, all cleared away. or I could come along and I could, you know, put it back into here that we've got there. And then maybe I want to come along and then we could, I don't know if I'll do it because I've got my phone holder there. Will it work? Oh, just might want it there instead. So you've got all these different options as well, moving it and changing it if you want to. So we've got them ones. Let's have a look. There we go. I think we're back that way. There we are. We've got Debbie saying, I missed the size of the top desk. Rightio. What we'll do is we'll go over the measurements again. Let's just go through my little list of my little notes that I jotted down. So let's go through the desk. Obviously the key thing, the incredible thing is the fact is it folds in half. It folds in half. So whether you want to keep it out as an actual physical day-to-day working desk, it could be for your work. It could be your office work. Maybe it's your beauty. Maybe you're going to have the pegboards, but maybe you're going to have a really nice mirror within the middle, and then you can have things all pegged about. You know, because the trays, the hooks, the trays, the cans, all these different bits, these are optional, extra optionals. That just then means that you might want, you know, you might want loads of these little shallow trays. And then that could be your makeup, it could be any of your mascaras, it could be any of your nail polishes, anything like that, all into here. You might want loads of them and just fill your pegboard with all of them. You can do. You might want to have these trays instead, these little baskets. You might just want to invest in a lot of these and have all them along the back. You can do. You might want to hook this onto the side do. That you can do as well. It's an absolute... I heard about it, I knew it was coming, then I seen it and I was like, wow. But then when it's in place, and you guys, I am very lucky to have a craft room. I know I'm very lucky. It's not the biggest of room, but I am very lucky to have a craft room. And even then, I've still got everything the way that I have it behind. I've got all of my my stacks at the back of me here. I've got the desk at the side of me, and I've still got room that I could be moving about. So I'm just trying to, that was a bit uneven there. I wasn't playing happy with my eyes. Obviously, yeah. So as I was saying, it does fold away. What other notes have I got? So I did put, which I kind of covered on a couple of occasions. You know, it's kind of been designed to be in three kind of factors, in the fact of you've got your three different craft areas. So you could have your main one situated in front of you where you're actually working and crafting away. You know, you might want to have your die cutting on one side. So I've got my Gemini Junior on the right hand side, so I could do my die cutting on that side. It could be your Pro on the turntable at that side, and then maybe you want to use your craft mat on the other side, do your spritzing, do your sparkle pens, all these different techniques if you want to. Still use your heat proof mat and all that as well, no problem whatsoever. The two drawers that we covered, they're oversized in the fact of, what did I say, they were 16 inches by 12.5, which just means that you can get so many 12 by 12 paper pads in. Although I've not used mine for paper pads, and that's the key thing. It's, you know, you have it the way you want it to. I've got my gems, my pearls in one, I've got my essentials, my foam pads, my tapes in the other ones. It's made from a solid wood, which is going to give you that durability. Talked about the weight that it's going to take. The one thing I didn't put down is the coating for it. The coating's actually been tested, so it is so durable. So it's going to last you such a long time. So it's not going to be chipping away. It's not going to be coming away. It's not going to be peeling off, anything like that. You know, if you want to wipe it down with a baby wipe, maybe you want to wipe it down with your sprays, your cleaners, you absolutely can do. The only way that you're going to damage it by the fact of staining it is if you're using like a permanent pad and you're writing all over it, permanent paint. That's the only way you're going to damage it. Any inks, anything like that's going to wipe away. So here's where I wrote down a few bits when it comes to the desk height. So what they've done is they've actually tested it, you know, so that's for the tallest of people to the shortest of people. You know, take into account your chair as well. If it's like mine, you can move it up and down, bonus, brilliant. But you know that the desk is going to suit a lot of people. The other note, so going back to the pegboards, actually, the wee notes that I put down here is the fact of that they're actually covered with a strong powdered coated steel. So when you've got the clips clipped into place, you know, when if you try and unclip them and that, once again, it's not going to chip away, it's not going to peel, it's going to look like, keeping in mind, you're not going to go over it with like a permanent pen or a Sharpie or anything like that. It's going to be pristine. Wash it with a baby wipe, hot soapy water. You're going to be absolutely fine for that one. We've got the one that I did cover as well. So the side of the pegboards at the side of me, use the inside as well. So I've put my V-Blade paper trimmer as well as my scoreboard or Scoremaster on the inside of it. What I'm thinking is my other one, bear with. So here, so I've got, I wonder if I can just get this out. So this is my other side one that I've not used yet. So what I'm thinking, what I could do, and I think I might do, is if I get the DIY skills out again, and I could actually have that maybe on my side wall. So obviously I need to take into account that I just need, I don't know, maybe an inch or that at the back so the hooks can actually hook in. But other than that, I could maybe have that side one on my wall so I can just attach it in that way. So they are designed to go on each side, but you might want to change it slightly. Now I did write down as well, so what would be kind of like your accessories. So you're going to be going for the main desk as such for you to be crafting with. But the back pegboards, they are an accessory. They do come in a pack of 2, which I did think because of the way that they clip together. So your back pegboards are a pack of 2. And I know some have got it, some are still waiting. The rotating disc for your Gemini Pro or your Daddy Gemini, that could sit on there no problem. It's going to sit your self-healing mat, your craft mat as well, no problem whatsoever. What we've then got is the side pegboards that we've gone over. They're going to be an optional. Whiteboard, that's going to be an optional that you've seen Sarah and Joe on HSN Preview the other night. The hooks, you know, the hooks if you want to be able to hook stuff on as well. The paper rack, that's what it's called, the paper rack. I use mine for my Gemini plates, but it's going to be a paper rack for your 12x12s, things like that. The storage trays that I showed you, I've got my blending tools and my misters in. Wire baskets, I've got my essential tools in, I can hook, put them away. And the cylinder and square pen storage, that's actually what I was alluding to there just a moment ago. So these are all your extras, but then this is where you can get more of one kind and less of another, or go for loads of the pen storage, or go for more of your trays, that sort of thing that you can be mixing and matching with. So I'll see a few other questions come through. So what we'll do is we'll do that, and then I'll give you the measurements again. And gosh, that's been a quick hour. We've got, so I've done that question, that one, that one. I missed the size of the top desk. Debbie went over that, didn't we? Sally, do the legs have rubber feet on them? Right, yo. So that one, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a note of that, because obviously I've got mine, because I've got a carpet, so the actual legs have gone obviously into my carpet, so I can't get my finger under it to see if there's a feet on that. So what I'm going to do for you, Sally, is if I take a note of that one, and I will find out for you, and we'll get that to you either on social media, or we'll get that question answered. The D, Craig, would the Alex drawers fit underneath the drawers? D, that I don't know the measurements of those ones. So anything, so space from the floor to the bottom of the drawer, just to go over that once more. is, so we did say 21.5 inches. It's just over that. It's not quite 22, so let's just play safe and say from the floor up to the base of the drawer, it's 21.5 inches. So that's the amount of space that you've got that you could have stuff underneath that as well. So just keep that in mind. Craig, could you fit all these dimensions on your page so we can look them up later? Absolutely. As soon as I finish this live just shortly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write them out and put them all onto my Facebook and Instagram for you. Tammy, I don't see the bigger wire baskets that you were using. Will they be available? Please always remember as well, you know, what HSN will do is they will hold things back until the actual, either the show or even the day of the craft day on HSN. So if there is things that you're seeing in the booklet, I actually included the link to the booklet in the opening of this Facebook Live. So click on that, have a look through the booklet. But then, of course, just keep in mind there's some things that HSN might not load up until near the time. So just keep going, keep having a look every day. I know some of you are every half a day, every couple of hours, going to hsn.com and just keep having a refresh and seeing what products are on. But before we go, let's go over the measurements once more, and I will put them on Facebook Live, and we will say, well, a good afternoon to you all, a good night to for myself. So the main desk itself, so let's go back this way. So the main desk itself is lengthwise. So the length of the desk is 66 inches, and the width from front to the back from where the pegboards are 31.5 inches, and then the height from the floor to the desk is 28.5 inches. The height from the floor up to the top of the pegboard is 52 inches, and then the pegboard itself, the length is 66 inches, and the height from the desk to the top of the pegboard is 23.5 inches. Each of them, so singularly, although you're getting two in a pack, each of them are 33 inches by 23.5 inches because you hook them into each other. And then the side pegboards, they are 27 inches by 27 inches. So that's going to be your main components when it comes to size-wise. We did go through a lot of other sizes, from the floor to the drawer, in between, the measurements. I've got my junior and I've got my midi, so the measurements we've done in between. We've done the measurements from the front up to where my ink pads are. So we've covered a lot of different measurements. So if maybe you've missed them, then you can always go back and re-watch this live where we've gone into depth with all these other measurements as well. So really, that is about it. That was it, just to show you how I've got mine set up, the way that I've chosen to set mine up. You can choose to set it up whichever way that you want. So let's just do one final look again. So starting on the left, I've got my classic pens. I've gone all the way along into my ink pads, my metallics. Still have room at the side for kitchen roll. And then I've got my little Xyrons in the little tray, blending pads. I've got my Prism inks. You can have whatever you want in them, whatever will fit into them. I've got my baskets. I've got my holders. I've got my hooks and that as well, that I've got my scissors on. My tray and my cylinder that I can easily just move and use and pop it back. So we've got them that way. And then just so you get a better view from that way as well. So really good sizable workstation that I've still got, even although I've got all these to the back of me. And then you can just see it once more again. So you can see this is the way that I've got mine situated. And if I move this one out the way, you'll see what I've done is just a mobile holder from one of the mobile clips. What I've done is I've screwed that into the back. So what can happen is when going forward, when I'm doing Facebook Lives, I can have my camera, my phone there, and I don't need to worry about changing the way things are. It's all done and dusted. So here we go. So I think that is, let's balance that one up. So I think, there we go, let's move it that way so the tray's out your way. Right, here, no other questions for a good few minutes or so. So I'm going to leave you be for the rest of your Sunday. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. We are, well, 9:10. Still just a little bit too early for me to go to bed just yet. Can't even say I've got tidying up to do. We're all nicely tidied and sorted. Thank you I really appreciate you tuning in and watching, although I did get quite a lot of compliments saying thank you for doing this. You are more than welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. If it's going to help you work out where you can put it, how you're going to get it, who's helping you set it up, the key thing is, you've seen the way I've got it done. It folds in flat. The main desk itself folds down flat, so you don't need to keep it up if you don't want to, like I've chosen to do. I think many of you will be actually keeping it up, but you've got that option to break it down if you want. The pegboards just clip in, then the secure, everything's secured. You're not just opening the legs of the desk, you're opening them up. You've got little bars, you're securing the bars as well. I cannot express enough how sturdy it is, how the quality, it's Crafter's Companion. Well, I shouldn't be shocked or surprised, should I? You know, but something that's beyond what we would usually do from a crafting material. I'm just over the moon, absolutely over the moon with it, and I know you will be as well. I know you will be as well. What I'm then going to do is yeah, that's it. I just want to make sure that we've got enough questions answered. That's it. Perfect. All covered, all good, all covered. So what I'm going to do is, before I go downstairs, these measurements that I've got, I'm going to type them out and I'm going to put them on my Facebook wall as well as my Instagram. And then if you do have any additional questions, write them underneath. If I don't catch them tonight, because keeping in mind we're coming to the end of the night here in the UK, I will pick them up tomorrow and answer them for you. I'll be able to do that tomorrow. Just quickly, it's obviously the start of our new spring schedule, so we're going to be kicking off at midday here in the UK, 7 AM Eastern time, or of course 4 AM Pacific time with Wake Up Call with Craig. I'm going to have Ben on tomorrow, and then the schedule goes in. And actually, you've got me, then you've got Sarah for launch day, and then you've got me again for Monday Makers as well. So I hope you can tune in tomorrow. If not, you can always catch up. You're going to have a blast on Craft Day like you always do when it comes to Sarah on HSN. I'm so excited to actually be popping on as well. So UK time, it's going to be 5 PM and 10 PM. Within the hour, I'm going to be popping up. So Central time, that's what, about noon? And then Pacific time, that's maybe about 9 AM, I want to say, give or take. But we'll always put more information up the day or so before. Right, that's it. I've done enough waffling now. Time to get the kettle on, get a cup of tea. Thank you once again. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow on Crafters TV. Thanks, guys. Bye.